Hello, my friends in Montgomery County, Pennsylvania. This is Daryl Andrews, Coach D. I'm looking forward to working with you once again and excited about this particular series of trainings we're going to be doing um, on the art of storytelling in workforce development. Now, I want to share something with you real quick about an experience that I had not too long ago. I had a chance to meet Irvin Magic Johnson. And as you know, he's a great basketball player, but he shared something with us that was really interesting. He shared how when he was a little boy, he knew back then that he wanted to go into business, but he didn't know anything about business. He came from an impoverished neighborhood. No one was really successful in business, but he had a chance to meet this very successful business owner. And at the age of 13, he decided that he wanted this man to mentor him. So what did he do? He literally showed up at the man's office to try to find work. He didn't really care what kind of work it was. And when they showed up without unannounced, they basically sent him home and said, that's not how you go about doing this. So what did he do? He showed up next week. And once again, they told him go home because this is not the way you go about. And then he showed up the third week. Third week, the man, he was basically being turned away by the receptionist. But the third week, the man himself came out and said, who are you? And why do you just keep showing up? And this is what he said to him. Here's $5. Go down the corner and get me some coffee and donuts. And from that point forward, for the next couple of years, he worked with this man. And well, as many of you may know or may not know, he's one of the most successful African-American entrepreneurs in the world, in the United States right now. Now, I'm sharing this because we're talking about the art of storytelling. And I want to share a story with you. Now, in sharing that story, you learn something about Magic Johnson that you did not know. You know him as a basketball player. You may even know him as an entrepreneur, but you don't know that he gained his roots by being persistent and being mentored by a man who has succeeded in business. Hence, that leads us to what we're talking about, and that's the art of storytelling. And what I want to do with you during this series is really empower you to be able to share your story, in particular about the work you're doing in your individual assignment as it relates to the bigger picture. We're going to be talking about the importance of stories in general and breaking down why they're important. They're not just an important part of our work, they're just an important part of life, because life itself has a million stories within it when you think about it. You know, we're going to talk about success and what are some successful models that are out here, in particular our own, where we started in workforce development almost 24 years ago and used stories to position ourselves with contracts with the U.S. Department of Labor, the state of Delaware. And we're going to share a little bit about how we went about crafting that as well. And then we're going to also, in this particular session, lay a framework for you to craft your own story. So come prepared, come motivated. We're going to do some breakout room type stuff where you get a chance to interact with your peers. Please bring a journal so that you can journal this process. Any of you who worked with me in the past know we like to work with journals. But our hope is after these series of, I think, about 4 or so trainings, that you'll have your own story, you'll have your own signature story, or more, even a longer, elongated type story that you can share with funders, with your communities, with your peers, to talk about the great work that you're doing. So kudos to Jenny for seeing the need for this. And I'm honored that our firm was selected, and we're going to give you 100%. We will see you in a few days. Take care now. Bye-bye.